to Bad Movie Down, and today is the first in Stallone month. Nighthawks. Oh, brother. I grew up watching action movies, and I have fond memories as a kid watching them on TV when they came on television, but I only really followed Arnie. I mean, he made the classics like The Running Man, Last Action Hero, The Sixth Day, True Lies, The Terminator, Terminator 2, but I never really followed Stallone, and I guess that's because Stallone was generally considered to be inferior, the B-movie to Arnie's A-movie. Maybe it's because I didn't see the Rocky or Rambo movies until I grew up, but I just didn't see his appeal. The only Stallone movies I recall really enjoying were Cliffhanger and Demolition Man, so I think it's time for me to educate myself in the art of Stallone. So, for the next 5 weeks, in honour of the impending release of The Expendables, it's time to look at Stallone's worst. 1981's Nighthawks is an often forgotten entry in Stallone's filmography, mostly because it tanked. Originally intended as a third French Connection movie, it's strange that it tanked given how topical the movie was with its theme of terrorism. After all, 1981 was the year where both President Ronald Reagan and the Pope himself both had assassination attempts. So where did this movie go wrong? The movie starts out following this woman in New York, in a seedy area of the city. Naturally, a group of men come with criminal intent, but they're in for a bit of a surprise.
First, put it in my hand, bitch. Bust you my mouth!
Come on, He-Man.
Gab, what a way to start Stallone season! Stallone in drag! Also, with that mask on, don't you think that Sly looked uncannily like his mum? So Dake De Silva, played by Sly, chases the perp. You know, it's hard to take a film seriously when it opens with Sly chasing a guy in a dress. As he does this, he's backed up by his partner, Landau Calrissian. Billy D! Billy D! Billy D! Billy D! Sly captures the bad guy and we move to London where we meet Wolfgar, played by Rutger Hauer, as he blows up a department store.
Who the hell would want to blow up a department store?
Did you ever see a woman as a shoe sale?
Wolfgar is laying low at a party when a contact appears.
Where were you since Friday?
They picked me up at the airport and held me over the weekend.
But you still came here.
Now, you know, I would never tell them anything.
You already have.
Yep, the guy goes to see Wolfgar anyway, leading the police right to him. You know, for someone who works in a terrorist organisation, he is a bit of an idiot, isn't he? So Wolfgar goes and shoots the cops, with apparently no one noticing. Apparently loud music covers the sound of gunfire. He then shoots his friend. I love the woman who goes outside. People died? When did that happen? In Paris, a female terrorist named Shakar meets Wolfgar hiding in the Sainte Chapelle. Of course, this movie is padded like no one's business, so we have her get off the train and walk slowly to a taxi driver for 2 minutes beforehand. Ever heard of economical storytelling? Incidentally, you might recognise Shakar with a bit less hair. Ilya from Star Trek the Motion Picture. Shakar tells him that the courier had brought Wolfgar's passport with him, so the police now have his photograph. So Wolfgar goes to a plastic surgeon to go get his appearance changed. So how did the surgeon change his appearance? He gave him a shave and a haircut. Wait, I thought they went to a surgeon, not a barber. Are we supposed to buy that Rutger Hauer looks like a completely different person? Because he really doesn't. You might be wondering, I thought Sly was the lead in this movie. Well, that's because Sly, for the first half of the movie, does absolutely jack shit. We see him and Billy D go on raids, but none of these are important to the plot, and all they do is pad the movie. There is one minor scene where he meets his ex-wife, a fashion designer.
What do you want from me, Deke?
Look, maybe I made a few mistakes. I admit that, all right?
Like your deeply regrettable fashion sense. De Silva and Billy D get reassigned to the counter-terrorism unit, where they are taught in the ways of international terrorism by Interpol agent Hartman, played by Nigel Davenport.
The attack squad has been formed because of a serious lack of ruthlessness on the part of the police.
What are we doing here?
You know, Sly, I'm asking the same question. So Hartman proceeds to tell us for 10 minutes plot exposition in elaborate and not particularly interesting detail. Believe it or not, this is actually 30 minutes into the movie and nothing has happened. Christ, even Sly and Billy D look bored and I don't think they're acting. By the way, I think I spotted an editing boo-boo. Because first I saw this.
Are you sure that this guy is even in the city?
Well, the latest information as gathered by the Interpol Computer Bank would support this.
It's obvious that De Silva is talking about Wolfgar, so obviously he was told about him during the cutaway, right? But then this happens a few minutes later.
International terrorism is a worldwide organization, and the man who runs like a thread through the majority of all of it is one, alias Wolfgar.
So he's only now being told about Wolfgar? I haven't changed the ordering here, they are literally in the wrong order! How did no one notice? And you can tell too because Billy D takes his jacket off and then puts it on again. How on earth does something like this happen?
His pattern is that he immediately makes female contacts to establish safe housing for his armory. He also has a liking for fancy foods, expensive clothes, and the nightlife.
That's right, Wolfgar likes nothing better than to get down and boogie. And yet you can tell this movie is dated when I tell you that Wolfgar likes hanging out in discos. Wolfgar spies a lonely female looking for somewhere to stay. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear a word you're saying!
I never asked you what you do.
I fly for national. I'm Pam, fly me. That's an airline joke, sort of.
Pan Am jokes! Those have dated well.
How about you?
I'm an international terrorist wanted by the police in half the countries of Europe. And I am a lady killer.
Sure.
I'm sorry, but would a real terrorist talk about his work, even jokingly? De Silva makes a pencil sketch drawing of Wolfgar after staring intensely into the photograph's eyes. Elsewhere, Wolfgar blows up a building in Wall Street, which is soon investigated.
Well, why now? Why not during the day when the place is wall-to-wall people?
It's his method, the instilling of fear. By tomorrow, the UN delegates will be screaming for protection.
Well, why didn't he instill more fear by blowing up in the daytime? Awfully convenient, blowing it up at night. You know, De Silva's actually a bit of a rarity among Stallone's characters. You know why?
Get inside the man's head, damn it!
But how do you expect me to understand that you're training us to be nothing but assassins? And the only difference between him and us will be the badge. But I didn't join the force to kill people.
I'm sorry, what?
To defeat a violent people, you have to be trained to react in a given situation with ruthless, cold-blooded violence as well. And if we're very lucky, there will be one moment when he will be vulnerable.
And if we miss, that's dead hostages.
Hopefully not.
That's an unacceptable risk.
So De Silva, a tough street cop, has problems killing people even if it means saving lives? Are we meant to buy that? It looks ridiculous after years of Stallone as a trigger-happy action star.
Deke De Silva, drafted into the Army August the 4th, 1969. The most interesting statistic is 52 registered kills.
So De Silva has killed 52 times on the battlefield and he can't kill one terrorist? Is this meant to be the main conflict of the movie? You've got to be joking! Meanwhile, Pam stumbles on Wolfgar's briefcase full of explosives and guns because he stupidly hid it in her wardrobe. Real smart move there. Naturally, he kills her and the police are soon looking at the scene.
Well, we've gone through our souvenirs. It's like a road map of every discotheque and singles bar in town.
Well, at least he wasn't stupid enough to leave a map with a Wall Street bomb on it.
No, nothing unusual except one thing that doesn't belong. A map of the Wall Street area. The street that was bombed was circled.
I can't believe this terrorist left a crucial bit of evidence in the room. Why would he leave so many clues? Oh, right, because we wouldn't have a movie. So De Silva and Billy D go around every bar and disco in town looking for Wolfgar. A disco owner recognises Pam's picture, so they go inside to check. Sure enough, Wolfgar is inside. That's right, Wolfgar went to the exact same disco he used to pick up a woman he just killed. I wouldn't trust this guy to terrorise a bingo hall. Even though he's never met Wolfgar in his life, De Silva recognises him immediately because, miraculously, he matches the pencil sketch he just drew. What a stunning train wreck of coincidences. De Silva gives Wolfgar the stare down of doom. Not only does this make Wolfgar blow his cover, but Wolfgar actually shoots at De Silva in the middle of the disco, dispersing the crowd he could have easily blended into. Wolfgar makes Bin Laden look like a pussy. This leads to an extended chase sequence where De Silva and Billy D pursue Wolfgar, which leads them underground. In a subway station, Wolfgar holds a woman hostage as a train arrives.
Shoot! Hagen! Take the shot!
You have a clear shot at his head and you've been told not to hesitate. Just shoot him! Of course, De Silva doesn't shoot because then the movie would be over. So Billy D and De Silva grab the train and ride to the next stop and split up. You know what that means. No! Billy D! De Silva's response is typically eloquent.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch!
You're fucking dead, you motherfucker! You're fucking dead!
Oh, it's on now. No one messes with Landau Calrissian and gets away with it.
Wake them up!
Also, I'd like to note the description on the back of the box says that Wolfgar shot Billy D. Did they even watch their own movie? And you know what the best part of this is?
What? You should have took the shot.
It's all De Silva's fault. Because if he took that shot, none of this would have happened. So remember, from this point onwards, if Wolfgar endangers or harms anyone, it's all De Silva's fault. Wolfgar retreats back to Shakar, who somehow, and I have no idea how, manages to get information about De Silva to Wolfgar. If you think this is a setup for a traitor in the police force, you're mistaken. It's just bad plotting. So we cut to the UN delegates. Yes, Wolfgar's main target is meant to be the UN delegates, to show the world he is just as dangerous as ever. Wouldn't it have been far more dramatic to terrorise the UN delegates without blowing up Wall Street first? Also, why is this meeting still taking place in New York? Given it's common knowledge that there is a very dangerous terrorist in the city, surely this would be cancelled and relocated. But to serve this utterly contrived plot, it goes on anyway, albeit with the anti-terrorist forces set up at checkpoints throughout the building. Isn't it funny how a name can also be used as an exclamation?
Shaka.
That's right, for all the security detail, another terrorist just walks in and shoots someone. And even better, walks out again.
We got all the exits covered.
Forget it.
What do you mean, forget it?
She's gone, forget it.
Glad to see the police force is just as incompetent as the terrorists they're supposed to be fighting.
It's not his big play anyway.
How do you know?
Because I'm beginning to know how this son of a bitch thinks.
So Wolfgar and Shakar made all the effort to walk into the UN building just to shoot Hartman? Which would further jeopardise the mission they're trying to do? This makes no sense! That big play is on a tram where Shakar and Wolfgar take several UN ambassadors and passengers hostage high in the sky. What a brilliant plan! One that has absolutely no exit strategy because the police will shoot you the minute you're on the ground.
Can you see him?
Shaka's with him and he has about 25 hostages. Wait a minute. He's just taken a woman. He's bringing her to the front of the tram car. He has her against the window.
This one's for you, De Silva.
Oh, Christ, don't do it.
Oh, please, don't shoot her.
Oh, God damn it, Matt. He killed her.
It was horrific. Wolfgar wants De Silva to come up and rescue a baby from a tram so he can get personal revenge on him. This mostly serves as an excuse to get the two leads to confront each other, have Wolfgar talk about how evil he is, and generally pad out the script. Wolfgar demands to free some terrorists, yada yada yada. He wants a bus and a jet, and De Silva will drive the bus. No police, he demands. Luckily, De Silva has a plan.
Let me have a cassette recording of Hartman's last lecture on Shaka. The smallest tape recorder you can find on about 10 feet of wire, and try to find me a small activator button.
I wonder what he's up to. So De Silva delivers the bus and Wolfgar lowers the tram. Billy D is on a nearby roof as a sniper.
Shaka Holland, alias Shaka Kapoor. Born February the 9th, 1949, of wealthy parents. A spoiled bitch who kills without provocation.
So De Silva attached a tape recorder to his chest for the sole purpose of calling Shakar a bitch. Bit elaborate, isn't it? Billy D shoots Shakar in the head and, in the ensuing chaos, Wolfgar rides off with the bus, but he doesn't get very far and flies into the river. Since when did New York start putting ramps into the river? Somehow, don't tell me how, Wolfgar manages to escape in the river despite the fact there is a helicopter right above him. It's impressive how Wolfgar can hold his breath then. The police find Shakar's hideout and discover the info on De Silva, who rushes out to save his ex-wife, who is likely to be the next target. Wolfgar breaks into the house and the tension builds as he stalks his way through the house. He pulls a knife, disconnects the phone, and moves for the killing blow. Stallone in drag again! Talk about turning that tense scene into hilarity. Even Rutger Hauer's like, what the shit? De Silva shoots Wolfgar. Keep score at home if you like. There appears to be a slight discrepancy between the number of shots fired and the number that appear in his body. First he shoots him in the shoulder, then one appears in the other without a bullet fired, and then Stallone fires again, somehow creating 4 bullet holes. This is probably a case of censorship, but they could have done a much better job of hiding it. And with Wolfgar dead, the credits roll. So that was Nighthawks, the only movie bookended by scenes of Stallone in drag. As an attempt to do a serious thriller, it's a total failure. It's full of long stretches of either pointless panning or outrageous contrivances. I mean, Rutger Hauer is freaking awesome, but he can't save a character this stupid. Ugh, I was probably better off leaving this for gossip. All I could think about is Stallone in drag!
Come on, He-Man.
Nurse! Fetch me 50 seasons of brain bleach! Stat! I'm Matthew Buck, beating out bad Stallone movies everywhere. Ah, God!